Well, we're talking to the artist today, the man who made the new Meadowbrook Golf Course Country Club that from what it was a long time, 100 years or so ago, into what it is now. Andy Staples came up from Arizona, dry country down there, here to the nice greenery of Michigan. And what did you think when you saw this place?
Well, I guess the easiest way for me to describe it is what our consultant, Dr. Rogers, said, that this is perhaps the most established, ready to open course in the history of any courses built in Michigan. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I felt. I think the golf course is ready, and the club and the members have been extremely patient, and I think it shows out there. We wish we had a little warmer spring weather, but we'll take these days. It's 83-degree days. It's good for our grass, so we're ready to rock and roll.
Now, when you've been at this for how long? When did you first get the job?
Well, it's interesting. I first started talking about this job. My youngest son is 3 years old, March of 2014, and it was right around that time that I was introduced to Joe Marini, the general manager in the club. I was hired shortly after that, after a couple of months of that architect selection, and we went right to work. So I would say a solid two and a half years, if not close to 3 years, of because I can tell you, as soon as I learned about this job, I was already thinking about it. So incredible opportunity. I'm honored to have worked here, and look forward to a continued long relationship with this course.
Now, how usual is it for a club to close for a full year?
Well, it used to be a lot more common than it is today. These types of jobs don't come around very often, so I would say it's more uncommon nowadays than maybe years past. I'm lucky if I get one of these every couple of years. So I think overall I would tell you it's not very common, but it certainly was a testament to what the membership was wanting to do with the club and the evolution of their members. And I mean, we closed and they gained, I think, 70 new members. So it's I can't say I can take credit for that. Timing is everything, right? So, but no, we're happy to have been able to have the permission to do so and the opportunity to do it.
Well, when you came out here, what did you think? How you were going to handle it? How are you going to change the greens? What kind of wrinkles do you put in them? Yeah. All the things that go into a golf course, making a golf course.
Well, I think for any of us that are around golf and golf architecture and design, we look through a lot of the things that maybe the common golfer just sees. For example, all you needed to do is look around the property to see how great this piece is, and it was hidden in some trees. We removed some of those trees, some of those non-native species, and we've opened up some tremendous views.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, it was a slow process to bring them along on that. But I think that was probably the first thing, is that I tried to do my best to articulate the vision around what kind of piece of property they had. Once we got past that, we started to educate them on the technical science, the factual issues of what green speeds are doing these days and the percent slopes on greens. And I think the testament to the reason why we were able to get such success and support is a testament to my process, our process, the club's process, that we educated them. We used facts, science, and we used our experience, and they came along with us. And I think they're pleased.
How did they regard this as very much a family club? And how does that enter into what you do in your work? What you do in the golf course?
Well, I would tell you it's an incredible conversation, an important conversation that we're all having in the industry these days, and that is how to reach out to families and kids that are their time is becoming more and more precious. And so I can promise you is a lot of what we talked about. Many of the people that were in our focus groups and town hall meetings were all the families, the husbands and wives that had the young kids. And so we did our best to balance improving a championship test of golf. This has got a championship tournament pedigree, but how to actually reach out to more family friendly. We did that through tees and a very strong variety of teeing grounds. But I would like to believe that part of the game of golf is, was it Pete Dye said, life is not fair, so why would I build a fair golf course?
Right.
I would say that there's a certain part that golf is still meant to be played and learned, and I believe that we're doing that through the variety of sets of tees and a variety of different angles that weren't here before we started.
What yardages do you have here?
Well, we have 6 sets of tees. It starts at 4,000 yards. It goes up to 5,400 yards, up to 6,000 yards, to 6,600 yards, up to 7,000 yards, and a few in between. We even have a series of combos that we have almost 10. I think we have 10 options that we've rated them from the beginning to the end. So if you are a dad that wants to play with their kids, you can play the forward sets of tees and post your score. And so we really do that with a series of lengths and variety of distances.
Well, it sounds, I saw a story about the ages of a number of the great name golf designers, Palmer, Nicklaus, and all the rest of them, and the Jones brothers and all. They're all in their 70s. And you're part of the new branch of golf course design that's coming on strong.
Yeah, we talk a lot about that in my world. I'm 44 years old, and my first job was 24 years ago in the business building golf courses. These guys have been at it for a lot longer than that. But it's a testament to, or it's a fact that's happening in our industry. We're evolving out of what maybe we thought of as golf through the late 70s, through the 80s and early 90s, and I like to believe that there's a lot of guys like myself and a few young gals that are ready to try to take this to the next level of trying to bring new people to the game of golf and give people an appreciation for golf architecture. And I think that's one of the things that I'm going to try to tell the members here tonight at our opening is that, I hope when you are done playing Meadowbrook, the new Meadowbrook, that you have a greater appreciation for golf architecture. And I think that I'm not saying that the old guys didn't do that, but that's certainly more important than ever, and that's what I try to do on every one of my projects.
Well, it seemed like they got into the championship had to be a championship 7,800-yard course, something like that, and the members can't play that.
No, I think the first Golf Digest top 100 was the top 100 most difficult golf courses. That's how the rating system even started. Yeah. So you know that it was a huge people were really put an important piece to golf around difficulty, and I think that we're evolving away from that. But there's a very small, very delicate balance between the good player who wants that test and then knowing that you're still designing for that average player. That we talk about that a lot. How to actually accomplish that is very difficult, especially when you come on a piece of property that moves around a little bit like we are here. And the best way to handle that is through teeing distances and reduction of force carries and things like that. But I think I would like to say that if you play Meadowbrook, I sure hope you don't think of it as a hard golf course. I hope you think of it as a fun golf course.
Well, it doesn't. I didn't see an awful lot of dirt being moved. It wasn't like a Pete Dye golf course. I don't think you have any logs or any metal or wooden protection around any par threes.
Well, yeah, the walls around the ponds and things like that. No, this was a natural golf site. We really focused all of our dirt moving around tees, greens, and bunkers, and it was really a lot of just shape and place. There was one hole on the 18th hole that we did a fair amount of, because of the routing, it was not very visible, so we opened up some visibility. But no, I can tell you, when you have a great site like this, that's what the old guys always used to, the old guys going back to the turn of the century, they didn't move a lot of dirt because they had great sites to work with, and I think Meadowbrook was one of those.
Terrific. Thank you, Andy. We're talking with Andy's here from Arizona, or from Wisconsin originally, and then got out to Arizona. How did that happen?
Well, so I started in the business building golf courses. I actually went down to Texas. I studied landscape architecture down in Arkansas, spent some time in Texas, Oklahoma, and then moved west to apprentice under a group, an international firm out in California. Of which I met my wife in California. She's a California girl who went to the University of Arizona. So when I launched my own business, we realized that rents in San Francisco are a bit high for someone to start in their own business. So we moved to Arizona, where she had some friends, and I've been there for 13 years, happily married, and have 3 young boys.
Well, terrific. Tucson, I love that. It's a great city.
Arizona is very underappreciated, and we see a lot of Midwesterners there, and there's more coming.
Well, we've been talking to Andy Staples, if we can get that in. A little busy out here on the big opening weekend of Meadowbrook Country Club. And Andy has done a terrific job in designing the course and worked hard on it, and I think the members are going to have a fabulous time.